Good morning, fifth grade, and happy Friday. I wanted to recap lesson 1-6, which is adding and subtracting mixed numbers. We know that a mixed number is a number that has a whole part and a fractional part. The 4 is our whole, representing like 4 whole pizzas, and the 1/9 means we have 1 out of 9 pieces. Same thing with the 2 and 1/9. The 2 is our whole, and the 1/9 is our fractional part. So the first thing we're going to do when we add mixed numbers is we add the whole numbers. So for adding the whole numbers, I'm adding 4 plus 2, which equals 6. The next thing that I'm going to do if I am adding mixed numbers is I'm going to add the fractional parts. And because these two fractions have the same denominator, ninths and ninths, I can add those parts together. If they had different denominators, I would not be able to add them together. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and the denominator stays the same. So when I put that together, I have 4 plus 2 is 6, so the whole becomes 6, and the fractional part, 1/9 plus 1/9, becomes 2 over 9. So my answer would be 6 2/9. Another example of adding fraction or adding mixed numbers is that I might end up with an answer that has an improper fraction. So I wanted to show you one of those. So I'm going to add 1 7/8 plus 3 3/8. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the first one, is I'm going to add the whole numbers first. So I'm thinking about 1 whole plus 3 wholes, which is going to give me 4. For the fractional pieces, I'm adding 7 plus 3. So for the fractional part, I'm adding 7/8 plus 3/8. The denominators are the same, so I can add just the numerators. 7 plus 3 is 10, and the denominator stays an 8. The problem with this is that now I have more pieces on the top than I do in the whole. I have 10 eighths, which means I have 10 out of 8 pieces, which means that if I were cutting these circles into eighths, I have 8 here, 8 out of 8 pieces here, and I have 2 more pieces. So if I looked at these in pieces, I have 8 eighths plus 2 eighths, which gives me 10 eighths. So this is what this 10 eighths represents. It's more than 1 whole because the numerator is larger than the denominator. So this addition problem, the sum is 4 and 10 eighths. But I can't leave it as 4 and 10 eighths because we don't leave these fractions as improper or fractions greater than 1. So I see when I broke the 10 eighths apart down here, just like we did in class earlier this week, I have another whole. So I have a whole 8 eighths because I know that 8 eighths is a whole with the denominator of 8. So that's going to become another 1. So now I basically have 4 whole plus an extra whole plus these remaining 2 eighths. 8 eighths and 2 eighths. That's where these numbers are coming from up here. So when I go to write the final correct answer, 4 plus 1 is 5 and 2 eighths.